What up, Herd? Welcome to another episode of Cover Lovers, where we get to talk about this week's incentives as well as store exclusives. And with us, as always, is Mike. How you doing?
It's been a day. It has been a day. You'll notice that my 5-year-old is not with us this evening. He had a little bit of a meltdown. So he'll be bowing out of this evening's show, which I'm sure some people are probably very happy about. Even though
no one's happy.
Are all very nice about him usually being on the podcast. So, and it's just a long day in the rain and just one of those things. So I am very, very excited to nerd out with you boys and talk about some shitty covers together. Sorry, I'm sure there's some good ones. There's probably some good ones, but I'm kind of Nancy negative right now.
You're gonna like a couple. You're gonna like a couple for sure.
Okay. He's prepared to kill people today.
I haven't even written cover fire yet, so I haven't looked at a single cover this week. I have no idea what's coming.
Oh man! All right. How are things going in your neck of the woods, Jeff?
I am exhausted. I am tired. This is Jeff at Geek Driven on Instagram. So it's Monday. I'm woohoo! Is that Boba?
Boba.
That's awesome. I was like, oh, cool. I like how you have your setup there, Big Rob. I did attend my 30th anniversary banquet for my dance team. I literally got tickets the day before, which it would have cost me a lot of money, but it's worth it. I got to see all my friends and 174 of us in one place, which is crazy. So and that's not even half of us. It was fun. It was good. I am tired. I am sore. I know now I am an old man. So that definitely reiterated to me that I am. But I go ahead.
Jeff, do you want to show some of your dance moves?
No, but I'll show what we got. This is our gift. Of course, it's fitting. Our team is called CADC, but it stands for Chinese Association Dance Crew, and that's why there's chopsticks.
All right.
But yeah. Had some good times, and then I ripped some cards last night. Got some Lacana cards, so that was fun. Finally got my first enchanted, so I'm happy.
Yes, very nice.
I'm very ready.
The third set, the new set.
This is the second one.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, Sisu.
I think I got a Shere Khan out of that one.
Yeah, I got a Shere Khan, and then I got a legendary foil as well, Snow White.
I mean, I think I got the enchanted that I got. I think was a Shere Khan. I think.
Oh, that's cool.
I can't remember. I think so.
Okay.
Which set?
From the second one. The first one I have a Bell enchanted.
I didn't get a first set anything. So
I only have like a couple of packs of the third set. I haven't been able to get out there.
Lucky dog.
Yeah. And how are things going with you, Big Rob? I know that you've been busy doing the whole Free Comic Book Day around San Diego, that tour.
Yeah, my usual tour. That's a good weekend. I saw Phantom Menace on Friday night.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It's actually pretty cool to see it that way.
Same old Phantom Menace.
I'm just saying the experience. I'm not talking about the movie.
Did
you get any cool
balls or chop them in half? That was good. Yeah, Saturday was Free Comic Book Day, bunch of other stuff, sports. Cinco de Mayo was drink tequila and have a good time on Sunday, and Monday back to fucking Monday work bullshit. Two girls to my
head. It was a long day, wasn't it, Big Rob?
Yeah, very long day. But I'm hanging out in the nerd room today. No office, because I don't want to hang out in my office. So fuck the office. There you go.
He's tired of her walking by and making noises.
No, not her. The office. Just the office in general. I don't want to see my office. That's what I just want to try to stay away from that.
I hear.
Don't get me in trouble, Jen. What the fuck, man?
I'm just saying.
Nice. All right, and as always, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. cover price. Make sure to use Nirvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. And over there at Bird City Comics, use TNH10 to save yourself 10% off your entire order over at birdcitycomics.com. And as always, a shout out to our horsemen, Uncle Rudy, Something Wong, Deanime, and Glenn 2K12. Thank you guys for everything you do to the community. And also, Eddie, our DJ at Beats by Monster, make sure to give him a follow. And then let us dive into the chat. First off, we got GT Key. What is going on? Rudy, Uncle Rudy, how's it going? And then Steve with the All Might Shuffle. What is going on? We got Derek. How's it going, Derek? Good to see you. Trish, hello. Hopefully you had a great new comic book day over there. Saw some of the works you were doing. It was so good. And Kenneth, how you doing, Kenneth? Hello, and here tonight. There you go. Yes, sir. And then, oh yes, still chilling. What is going on? And then yes, he approves of that Sisu there. All right, Jeff. Oh, there you go. Free comic book day was rad. Yes, it looked like it. All right, guys, let us dive in to the incentives for this week.
All right.
First off, we have the trifecta. We got Transformers number 8. We got a 1 in 10 by Karen, a 1 in 25 by Ethan, and a 1 in 50 by Paul. Do you guys like how I'm just rattling off their first name like I know these people? Mike, first, what is your pick?
Oh, I think it's clear which one I like the best, and that's the RC by Karen Darbo. I actually just think it's the best cover, regardless of the fact that it's also maybe my favorite Transformer character of all time. But yet it is a very cool take on her. It's that sort of second design, that second figure design that they did for Energon, I think maybe it was.
Energon Universe?
Yeah. Which is cool that they kind of gave her the flare side head, and rather than sort of that old school like heavy metal
boxy look
robot like they used to do, which I also like. I like both designs, but I like that they've kind of gone in that direction with this, or that Karen Darbo at least has gone in that direction with this one, since all of the other RC covers are sort of for classic G1 look. This is kind of a cool take. And I'm not really sure if we've had a cover of RC in this style before. We've had her more modern version, and we've had her original version, but I don't know if we've had this like this particular one. But I like the layout. I like the depth of it. The color pops nicely, goes with the trade dress. Feels like an incentive. The other two just feel like A covers to me. They don't really feel like anything special. Matter of fact, the 1 in 25 is that's a pretty bulky looking head. I don't really like that one very much at all. The Optimus is okay, but it's just a very sort of pedestrian interior panel looking kind of thing. So really the Darbo is the only one that even looks like an incentive, and it's a good one.
So Mike, I kind of felt that you were going to go after the Darbo as well, only because of the peaches right here. I was like, oh,
robots have peaches now.
Robot here. Look at that.
Freaking Alonzo can find peaches anywhere.
I just zoomed in. I
see tits on the front right there.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, she always had some sort of a chest, but
she had some junk in the trunk. You didn't know that?
It was always that sort of like shelf thing. That
she got implants.
Yeah, so
stop sexualizing my Transformers.
I'm sorry. All right, Big Rob, of the three, which is your choice?
I want to play Brumsky on her. The best cover is cover B, but it's not here. That's my favorite. But I think for me personally, I like all three covers. The weakest cover is a young cover. It's a nice little portrait cover, but it doesn't really intrigue me. The Darbo is great. It's a great cover. Very sexualized robots. I agree. I personally like more the 1 in 50. It reminds me of a travel poster. It looks like it's like promoting traveling the beautiful airlines of Transformers. It's what when I see it. I like the coloring of it. They've
done that actually. There are travel poster incentives from 10 years ago ish, something like that.
Yeah, it's reminiscent to that. I like the orange band color that it has in the background. So I dig it. You can't really go wrong. Me personally, I think on any of them. But if I had a choice and to roll a dollar on these three covers, I would go with the 1 in 50.
Okay, Jeff.
Okay, so I'm going to agree with Mike here. I definitely think the RC is the best cover by Darbo. I don't know if that's Galvatron, if that's Astro Train, or what on the second cover.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time trying to figure out what it is. I thought it might have been Megatron, but it's not, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I actually don't like the Optimus as much as you guys do. I just feel, God, he must have lost a lot of weight. That's a small Optimus Prime. I mean, I get what you're saying. The Traveler poster, that's kind of cool, like the concept, but I just don't think it was executed well. And so I definitely love the Darbo, especially you get the reflection, and Alonzo definitely loves the reflection. So
I do. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
All right. Next up, we got this trifecta. We have Energon Universe, and we have number 1 by Tom Riley, a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25 by Stephen Green, and a 1 in 50 by Kerry Randolph. All right, Big Rob, what do you got?
Once again, I personally like all three. The more important cover is cover B, is the first appearance of a character, but it's probably the weakest cover. Out of these three, I like the 1 in 25, to be honest. I know it's easy to say the Baroness. I am getting the Baroness because my shop's getting the Baroness. I can't remember if I pre-ordered the 1 in 25. I might have. I lost track. But I think that's the best one with Flint. It's a cool Flint cover, parachuting down with a machine gun. And in the back, is that Lady J, I believe?
Yeah, it looks like Lady J.
Looks like it.
Yeah. With the burst fire in the air around them. They're just trying to like dodge, I guess I probably call that little thing they throw at planes. So it's a cool cover, parachute cover, Flint on the cover. The Baroness is cool, but it's not I've seen a million better Baronesses, so it's a cool. Hot Rod, I've seen a better million Hot Rod covers too. So 1 in 25 for me.
All right, Jeff.
Okay. I like Kerry Randolph's work, but I don't like this one. This feels just the the leg, the arm, like it feels all off. I can't even search my words right now. But it's definitely not right. And so I have an issue with that. Between the two, the Green and the Riley, I probably like. There's nothing terribly wrong with the Green. I just don't feel like it's an incentive. I actually don't think any of these are incentives, but the 1 in 10 would probably be closer for me. And the reason why is because you don't always see all Baronesses are like a pose, like she's just in a sexy pose. She's just standing there. She's kneeling down, something like that. This is a little more action. I dig it. And I like the fact that it has the Joe logo in the back, basically. So I'll take that one instead of the 1 in 25. Save myself some money.
All right. And I think you just spoiled everything, Jeff, because the Baroness is a Joe.
Oh, yeah. Well, wasn't supposed to say anything, but.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I'm with Jeff. I don't like any of these covers. I don't think any of them scream incentive to me. I think this is one of those situations kind of like they've done with, Star Wars. We talk about this all the time, kind of just trying to get at the fans who they'll know will buy these when really they're not great. They're not. None of the three of them are terrible either. But if I looked at these as A, B, and C covers, cover price covers, and I had to choose that way, then I think I choose the Baroness cover. I don't know. It sort of looks like a Frank Cho-ish kind of a thing. It kind of the 1 in 25 Green is a cool concept. I think it could have been executed better. I think you could do nighttime stuff in a cooler way than that. And I agree with Jeff about I get that there's exaggeration going on with the Hot Rod, but it's too much. That's just too much play being given there. So it's actually that green explosion in the front is actually distracting.
Yes.
and it just doesn't work for me. So I guess it's the 1 in 10 for me. It's an intriguing cover to have Baroness with the Joe logo behind her, and obviously I guess that's what happens in the book. I don't know. I'm not reading it. Although there was a free comic book day which I picked up, so I'll give that a whirl and see what that looks like. And if it looks cool, then maybe I'll get into this. But
I think that's where they reveal that she's a Joe.
oh, is it? Okay, cool.
I think so.
I grabbed one. I didn't grab very much for myself. I don't think that's fair. I think they're supposed to be for kids. So I brought Deo, and he grabbed a bunch of stuff. I grabbed this. I grabbed the Conan. I think that might be all I grabbed. No, I grabbed the Young Jedi one, the Star Wars Young Jedi one.
So Adam, I think it's a 1 in 10 for the Baroness cover, the 1 in 25 for the Flint, and the 1 in 50 for the. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Batman 147. Woo-hoo. We have a 1 in 25 by Kendrick Lim and a 1 in 50 by Steven Subic. Jeff?
It's a little easier for me to pick. It's the Lim. The Subic just looks like it's Fat Batman again.
Fat man.
Hey, it's Dad Bod. Come on.
Fat Bat. It's Fat Bat. And that is a terrible Bruce Wayne. If that's a child Bruce Wayne, that's just, it looks odd. The details on the limb, though, like, I love the gargoyle. Obviously, there's a lot of coverage with him on the gargoyles, but his gargoyle details on this looks really cool. The details on, God, how many muscles does Batman have?
All the muscles.
But there's a lot of detail, and I like the cape. I like the torn up cape a little bit. So it's not the normal, perfect cape that they usually draw. This is closer to McFarlane type of cape. I do want to say that I feel like his head's a little small in the Lim one, but I will take that over the Subic.
All right. Mike, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same way. I think the Subic is kind of terrible. Fat Bat is bad. I'm not even sure the concept. I guess is he looking at through a window?
mirror,
Is that a display case? What the hell is that?
It's like a mirror, I think.
Oh, he's looking at himself. He's seeing. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, like Bruce Wayne as a kid looking.
Oh,
That's
But it doesn't match up. That's why.
No, that's terrible. I don't like that at all. He looks like he's at a museum looking at Batman in a case, in a display case. It's terrible. It's not good. The limb is actually really impressive. I agree with Jeff. The head's too small, but I mean the detail is pretty incredible. I am pretty much over seeing Batman on a gargoyle, but yet still this is executed really well. The light source is really nice. I think it's done accurately or pretty damn close anyway. The cape has some life, which is a rendition of the cape, that it has sort of like body and kind of animation to it, which is sort of cool. So I dig it. If I had to choose, I wouldn't buy either one though.
All right. What about you, Big Rob?
I guess I am good cop this week. I kind of like both covers personally.
Wow.
So
are you okay? Did you drink something before you came on the show?
He's gonna meet Steven Subic tomorrow, apparently.
I think it's a cool concept.
I'm just joking.
Concept is fine, but the execution is.
That your opinion. My opinion. I like it. I like it. I don't mind the fat bod. I'm like, it's been done many times.
You like the dad bod?
Like Frank Miller made it famous. He made the famous the fat bod. It's been established. Batman done dad bod, fat bod, what you want to call it in the past. So it's a cool reflection of his inner being, right? It's some sort of a multiple concept bullshit, but it's cool in general. I like the candles, the ambiance of him wearing the slippers is a little ridiculous, but he is a little short here. I don't know why, but it's okay.
The kid looks wrong.
The limb is obviously the better one. It's a better art detail, but I've seen it done better in the Million Statues, so it's okay as well. They're both okay. They're not great. They're not horrible as you guys are saying, but they're okay. Nothing bad. If you want to buy them, buy them. And don't buy them, but they're okay. They're average at best, in my opinion. So, but if I gotta pick one and put a gun to my head, I take the limb because it's just super generic Batman on on gargoyle. So
Yeah, everybody's saying that Batman is fat. All right. What about this one here? We got Poison Ivy number 22. We have a 1 in 25 by Elizabeth Torque and a 1 in 50 by Frank Cho, which is a virgin variant of either cover A or cover B. All right, Mike, you're up.
Oh, absolutely, the Frank Cho. It's been a long time since we've had a Cho like this. So I think you can tell when Cho wants to do a cover and when he doesn't want to do a cover. When he doesn't want to do a cover, you get like basically a line drawing, a line drawing with no background detail, and like something like that Baroness, like a star or something, or like a one bullet blast or something like that. When he clearly wants to do a cover, he just keeps going. He just keeps doing little things everywhere. He incorporates the trade dress. There's all kinds of detail in the background. The girl's amazing. Colors are amazing. And I think this time we get like a prime show, him doing a cover that he actually wanted to draw. And I think this is great. I love how the trees or the vines go off out of the design. I love the Art Nouveau-ness of the background and the lettering for the trade dress, or his version of the trade dress inside. Colors are gorgeous. Ivy's gorgeous. It's really a nice cover. I think this is one of his better covers in a really long time. Maybe since the last old run of Harley Quinn.
Ooh. All right. What about you, Big Rob?
I like your selection on these two covers because this is a great telephone kind of. The game telephone. You say something and it comes up through a different perspective from whatever the person you're saying to, because it's based on their experiences and how they see the world. So obviously Frank Cho is a male perspective and Torque's a female perspective of the same character, and they both see the same character in very different ways. The Cho's very sexy, very tender, very supple, and Torque is a lot more badass, a little more crazy, a little more.
That was a good word.
Yeah. So I like the comparison. Me personally, I think they're both great covers, very well detailed. I love both. But one kind of represents spring, the other one represents fall. So it's very cool to see both covers together at the same time. I'm a male, so I'm going to lean to the Cho, but I really love the colors on Torque, and it's just the craziness in her eyes with the skulls and shit. It's very cool, very different, very slender, a lot more athletic. Poison Ivy in general has done a lot of great covers so far on this run, and I really dig both of these covers. But I'll stick with the Cho, but I wouldn't hate if you go with the Torque. That's a good cover as well.
All right, Jeff.
So I agree with Big Rob. I'm not mad at the Torque, but I probably would have wanted a little bit more, like having to do with Ivy, not just the death of the skeletons and stuff around her, but like you want to see like the plant life going through all the skeletons and stuff like that. Like she had something to do with it. I don't know. It just feels a little bit more bland than I would expect from her, but it's not bad. But I mean the Cho just blows my mind. It's I like the concept. I like the layout. Obviously he draws females really, really well. Did you drop Big Rob? And again, I like the concept. The moon, the bee, like these are all connections to plant life and like growth and like. So I really dig it. It feels like it's full of life. So with the colors and the shapes, I just it's very supple, as Big Rob says.
All right.
It is. It's got an elegance to it too that I think the Torque is missing, but the Torque isn't supposed to have. It's supposed to be this sort of like kind of
Creepy
tough,
death.
dark,
sort
of like this sort of morbid kind of a feel to it, almost like decay.
Well, yeah, fall, right? So fall, decay, death.
You too, awesome.
Spring is life.
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. How about Alonzo? What's your opinion? Because I know that you're one of your favorite characters.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my god, I have to go with the. Okay, I'm gonna be like Big Rob, and I like both.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna get both because I think they're different. They're different versions of Poison Ivy. That
Yep.
and you have Poison Ivy that the torque is more of how Poison Ivy is kind of now versus Cho's version, which is Poison Ivy kind of in the
It's a
past.
classic, yeah.
Yeah, and both of them are done really well. I mean, that's why I had to get both.
I
But
like
if I
the
had to
Cho with
choose,
the
obviously I'm gonna
bonsai.
choose the Cho. But that Torque is just like she's been doing some amazing work. Torque's been on fire for I don't know these past couple of months. Like all of her stuff's just been on point, and I love it.
The hair is crazy in the torque, which I like.
It's like a tree.
Yeah, it's like it's all growing out of her. But I like the Cho because it's got that bonsai design.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this fits for a virgin. It stands alone, so it works.
It has a Celtic font on it.
Yes.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
you can still be satisfied. I think you can still be satisfied with the non.
Yes.
Like I think that the trade dress and the barcode in the white areas don't take away from the art.
Oh yeah, the trade's fine. Yeah, you could definitely just get that.
I'm glad that's where they put it all, because they could have really screwed up that cover for.
Well, that's the difference between DC and Marvel.
But you say that, and they have terrible ideas for their incentives. So.
Yeah, but better than fucking Marvel, Mr. Trade Dress bullshit.
That's true. And their shitty ass trade dresses that you don't like.
Yeah, they're terrible anyway.
All right. Let's move on to this one. And this is for you, Mike. Look at that. Red Sonja, Empire of the Damned, number 2, 1 in 15 by Selena. All right, we'll let you kind of simmer with that, Mike.
You let me marinate in this one?
Yeah, marinate. Big Rob?
Well, this is great. This is definitely back to form for Selena. Last time I was pretty critical of her. I did not like what she did last time, and this is a lot better. There's action, there's actual motion in this art, which is cool instead of the standard static Sears pose and background. And there's actual background in this one.
Woo-hoo. It's not a Sears catalog.
Yeah, little Tatooine vibe in the back there. I love that. I love orange. I just love orange on covers. It's one of my things. And her texturing of skin is just levels high. It's crazy. It's was it like magic, right? We said in the past. Her hair is beautiful, perfectly, masterfully done. I couldn't see many artists in the world now able to ever try to emulate that hair motion. It's really well done. Virgin a lot better. Trade dress kind of kills it on this one a little bit. So I'll go with the Virgin 100%.
All right, Jeff.
100% agree with Big Rob. The best part of this cover is definitely the hair, the face, and the arms. Just she nails it. I mean, honestly, all I can think in my mind is she drew herself. She's literally Red Sonja. And I agree, this looks better as a virgin. I don't know if I like that where the trade dress is. So yeah, I definitely agree. This is way better than last week's. And she's back to form. I like that she's not looking directly at you on the cover as well. She's looking at whatever she's facing. It's really good. Although she is giving me the pouty, kissy lips. But other than that, Selena is a wondrous artist. So good for her. She's back to form.
Yep. All right, Mike. But before you start, Mike, really quickly, you have a question here.
We've got to clear this up. So,
I know. I saw your eyes when you saw.
No. That's not a thing.
Go ahead, Mike.
So let's blow your mind, Doom Space Marine. This is pastel on paper. There's no Photoshop of anything. There's no photo. There's no nothing. This is pastel and what they would call crayon over on paper. Seriously, literally.
Yeah, crazy.
I seriously want to see her draw one time, just like this kind of cover, and see how long it takes her, because it's got to take some time. It's not even, no matter how good of an artist you are, this has got to take details, right?
It took her, so to get my commission took a month.
Jesus.
But she was doing covers during that month. So she did at least 3 or 4 pieces of art that week or that month. So I don't know.
1 week?
So like a week?
A week.
That's kind of a guess. Now, granted, mine's not color.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much longer that takes. But
yeah. Sounds fair.
Still, yeah. So at least the black and white versions of these things. This is absolutely stunning. This is exactly why we're in love with this artist. This is there's nothing wrong with this cover at all. The hand is amazing. The shadows are perfect. The skin tones are amazing. There's a background. The hair is incredibly masterful. She used a fucking ruler on the sword. Thank you.
Yes.
For not giving us a crooked sword. Yay. The depth, the foreshortening on the arms is seemingly perfect, which make it. I mean, I couldn't give enough superlatives for this. I agree with Rob. This needs to not have the trade dress on it because that hand is so masterfully done, and and that adds so much depth to the cover. That covering that up with the trade dress is a real problem for me. So I think this one needs to be had as the incentive. I think you need to get the version of this. This is incredible work, back to form, perfection. The reason why she may be my favorite artist in comics.
Yeah, Steve nailed it. The flow of her hair is amazing.
It is amazing. Every part of this is amazing.
I mean, look at all the details. If you follow all of the hair that she has on her, like, it's perfectly laid out. It's perfectly drawn all the way through the body, past the arms, in the background, behind her other arm. Like, it feels like it's like wispy.
How it fuzzes out on the end just perfectly. Yeah. And you can tell every strand. It's literally like she literally drew every strand, which is Captain Insano.
She got Vidal Sassoon conditioner and shampoo.
It feels like one of those commercials, right?
Yeah, right.
she just shook her hair.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
That's right.
I think that was like L'Oreal.
I just want to add, just like again to what Mike has said, and I'm just noticing these little things, but the shadow work is amazing. Like the shadow across her face could be from the sword,
lighting, right?
Yes,
her arm, and then the shadow from the hair.
The hand in the shadows.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
perfect.
It's like, wow. So just thought I'd add my little 2 cents.
The wrinkles in her hand, right?
Yeah. She put thought into her work, and that's what you can see it. So that's awesome.
I love how you guys saw that comment in the chat and then saw my face and were like,
wait
till Mike gets a hold of this one.
Of course. All right.
There are artists that do that.
Giant Size X-Men number 1, 1 in 25 by Phil Anoto. Wow. Jeff?
Archangel is one of my favorite characters in X-Men. I really kind of dig it. But I do have maybe a little issue. I don't know if it's just the surrealness or surrounding it. Maybe that was the concept. Like it's like a phantom almost. But I really like this. The details, the individual feathers, his face on the Archangel is like, that's really particular. I dig the fact that you don't necessarily see his metal wings in the background, but you see almost like the shape of it. Like that. I actually really like this. But I also think there's just one, I don't know if it's, like I said, it's just the fuzziness of the background that's maybe throwing me a little off, but I still like the whole concept of it, and while not perfectly executed, I still think he did it well. So I would actually pick this up, and I like Noto. So.
All right, go ahead, Big Rob.
You said one little issue. There's a giant size fucking issue on this cover.
Hey, look. Besides the freaking trade dress, that's not my fault. It's always going to be there.
Giant size 50, right on the fucking corner. Nice big bright
on
yellow.
both corners, sir.
Yeah, that's just a given. We were missing the barcode too, so this is a really good cover. I like the art itself. Noto's one of my favorite artists. He's killing it on Star Wars. He does a lot of great shit. Damn, Marvel, you fucking ruined this cover, dude.
I know it's the editor's decisions to do that. It's just terrible.
Yeah, fire the editor.
Big Rob, just Derek agrees with you.
Yeah, 95. Fucking.
Actually, you're not wrong.
Apple II shit. It's bad, so bad. But it's, dude. I wish there was a version of this one. I do agree with Trish. There's some rendering layers missing here.
Yeah.
I need to pop a little more.
That's what I think the problem I had with it. That's what I was trying to get to.
I think I understand Nolan's idea, kind of a daydream kind of vibe to this art. So it's not really clear, kind of misty. So I think that was his idea. I don't know if that's very palatable to the audience, but it still works. It's still cool. X-Men's so hot right now. This is going to sell in above ratio. I guarantee it. Even with that horrible fucking giant size 50.
You don't like it says giant size too? At least it's telling you it's giant size.
Yeah, my dick's giant size. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man. All right, what do you got for us, Mike?
Oh.
He's dying over there. Look at that. Mike's dying.
Rob got him.
How do I follow that comment? I mean, Jesus. Yeah, that giant size logo is. I mean, it clashes so badly with the cover. But taking that out of the equation, just looking at the art, I really, really like this cover. This definitely reads as an incentive. This is top-notch Noto, and it's very different for Noto somehow. I don't really know how, because it falls in line with, a lot of his aesthetic, but yet somehow this looks really different. I do like that sort of some of the background stuff is kind of faded out so that the foreground detail pops, but I do agree with Trish that maybe a little bit more line work might have served nicely here to give that a little bit more separation and contrast. Either way, that's being super nitpicky. I really like the color. I realize that's the character's color palette, but yet it's a little bit muted and kind of a little bit more subtle rather than kind of pop in your face, 1985 version that would be like bright pink and, that kind of thing. This is a little bit more classy. It would kind of be perfect if that X, you can have the X logo, put that down where the giant size logo is, maybe a little bit smaller, and then that's it. And that would be fine. But nope, awful bright logo, which completely ruins the cover.
Angel Red. There's a red version of Angel. He could have done the red version of that same classic Angel.
That's true.
I really like that when he spread out the feathers, that there's like you can see through the feathers, through some of the feathers, like the details on the Archangel. I dig that because in real life, would the feathers be, if they were far enough and they were spread out enough, you would be able to see through them. Yeah,
that's true. I do wish, though, maybe a little bit the wings of Archangel, you could tell a little bit better that they were sort of metal or mechanical or whatever how they're supposed to look. It's hard to tell that really from this blurred out version.
Yeah, he went heavy on blur and Photoshop.
Yeah.
Does he Photoshop or does he use actual
Illustrator, whatever app he uses?
He doesn't use real watercolor.
That looks like a blur to me, but I don't know.
I wonder. I would love to ask him.
But I thought he used real watercolor for at least the majority of his covers. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, you might be right, Mike. I'm just assuming. I'm not. Yeah, don't take my word.
I don't either. I've never met him, nor have I seen him work, so I don't know.
For watercolor, I would assume it would be easier to do that kind of
the
rendering. Yeah, the blur.
You could wash it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can kind of just spread it out and wash it off. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably his idea, but I guess it's just not for everybody, right? So.
I dig it.
All right, moving on. We got The Amazing Spider-Man number 49, 1 in 25 by Chris Samnee. You know what? I missed out on this one. But yeah. All right, Mike.
It's really tough to be nice to this cover after the last two.
Do it.
No, I don't hate it. I really don't actually hate it. There's some really cool elements about it, and it feels so. And I'm going to say that enough on this show. We forget that we're collecting and reading comic books, and this cover feels like a comic book.
Yep.
And I really like that about it. This feels has kind of an old school vibe to it, even though it's got a modern take. It's clearly not as masterful as Selena or Noto or anything of that ilk, but there's a really cool, nostalgic comic book fun feel to the way this cover's done. There's great depth. There's really cool line work. There's some action going on. I could almost see word bubbles, even though they're not there, like 1970s Bronze Age word bubble stuff going on. So I really actually like this cover. I don't know that it reads as an incentive to me, but I'll tell you, if this were a B or a C cover, I don't even buy or read Spider-Man. I might still buy this for $4 or $5. I really like it. I really do.
Okay. What about you, Big Rob?
I don't know if you guys spot Green Goblin in the reflection. He's in the background there. The idea, the concept is awesome. I like the school bus, the kids, the whole blowing up. It's a trope that Spider-Man does all the time, but it works for him. It's a cool idea. Very comic book-y art. I do love the line work on Spider-Man's outfit. The actual, like, the black lines. It's really well defined, which I like on Spider-Man. The whole beat up, destroyed uniform, that's cool. It makes sense. Is he farting fire out of his ass though?
Dude, I was gonna say that. I was like, his ass is on fire.
That's a bad placement on Sam. This is the one mistake he made.
Boy, he tooted and that pumpkin came by and that was it.
Yeah, it blew ass for sure. It's a cool cover. Even the trade dress makes sense the way it's formatted and fitted with the color on it.
Yeah, it's going to actually be bright yellow in person, though.
Yeah, I hope not. Number 49, 1 in 25 Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know how many issues Spider-Man sell right now. This could be
his ass
a ghost.
Is on fire.
This could not be a ghost. Don't quote me on that, but good luck finding it.
All right,
make sure you sing it a quarter key flat.
I know.
Oh my
if you're gonna do it full Alicia Keys style, make sure it's a quarter key flat.
Oh no, you're just not gonna. I'm never gonna get there. I dig what you guys pointed out. Like the Green Goblin reflection is great. The cracking of the. I want to assume this is like a bus I think it's a bus. And like the cracking of the window, like all of that's really cool. The explosions. Okay, so the background I have just a slight issue with just because it's all curving in. So maybe that's just the lens thing that he was going for. Perspective, right. I can't. The ass on fire thing was the first thing I saw. So that just really is weird. But what Mike was saying, I agree. This is like a very classic kind of Spider-Man cover because, it harkens back to him saving kids, him saving the people. And it's just like, there's a lot of covers out there where he's like saving people and he's fighting a villain. Right. So I really dig that part about it. So I'm a little mixed. I don't know if I would actually get it, but it's not bad. I'm not, as everybody go drink, I'm not mad at it. So, yeah, it's okay for me. It's not 100% there for me, but I would say 80% there.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next one. We have Star Wars Darth Vader number 46, 1 in 25 by Bjorn Berens. Rob?
Yeah, so I was looking at Midtown today because I know you asked me earlier if you had any coverage for today's show, and I was looking at this, and I'm like, it intrigues me. Not sure how I feel about it. Vader is wrong though. Something about Vader is wrong. Maybe too squatty, too piggy like.
Yep.
Piggy.
Um,
There's I don't mean to interrupt you, Rob, but I
Go for
have
it.
to for a second. So there's you if you go back and you watch like documentaries on Star Wars and Empire from
Yeah.
from the early 80s, they used
Yeah.
to do these parades
Yeah,
and
remember.
these promotional things at big department stores, especially in England. A person in a touring costume,
Yeah,
but they never quite looked right in the Vader costume. It was like
Never.
basically cosplay, but they were hired by Lucasfilm. This feels like one of the Darth Vaders
cosplayers.
from the cosplay parade. I can't get that out of my mind. It looks just like one of them, and it's really bad. Sorry, go ahead.
The character next to him, it might be something important. It might be a key appearance cover. I'm not familiar. I'm not reading Vader. I buy random covers here and there, but I'm not consistent. I don't buy every issue anymore. I stopped a long time ago. The background's badass though. The Star Destroyers, the TIE Fighters, that's all cool. The space scene, the coloring, everything is great. But his Vader perspective is shit. It's just shit. It's just shit. It's bad. So yeah, that makes it just kills the cover. I'm sorry. Bayon Burns is a really good artist and an unusual L for Bajorn.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Big Rob nailed it. BBB nailed it. Darth Vader is supposed to be an intimidating, large figure, and he just looks small next to this other guy. And the perspective of him is wrong too. Like it just feels weird. And not only that, his costume feels like it's like half designed differently than the other half. Like one leg looks different from the other. One side of his left side just looks like it's a different uniform almost. It's doesn't even look like his normal, suit, whatever he's wearing. I honestly think this would have been a better cover if both of those characters were not there.
1,000%.
It sucks to say that because it's a Vader book. You usually have Vader there. It would have looked dope. It was just Vader in the middle and all of them coming back from behind him. But I don't even, because he drew Vader so wrong. I in my eyes, it just doesn't work. So yeah, I would think it'd be better without the characters on it. So
Okay.
that's just my opinion.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I do like the background, and I will say this: besides what I already said about cosplay Vader, which is ruining it ruining the cover for me. I do like that this doesn't look like the typical action figure digital render that Berenz usually does. This looks a little bit more like art and a little less a little less like AI. It looks like he actually tried to draw and paint in a different style than I'm used to. So I'll give props to an artist who is trying to branch their style out a little bit. That's cool to me, but it's a fail. Sorry. Sorry. Try again. Do better. Do better next time, Bjorn.
If I like the lighting though, I like in the background. It feels like they just came from like a big explosion. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
He tried too hard to fit the background. That's why he made Vader too small.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I can't unsee like an Eric B. and Rakim cover though. Right now.
if only the guy in the front was going like this.
It was
really, right?
It was paid in full, right?
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
All right. How about this one here? Usagi Yojimbo the Crow, #2. And this is a 1 in 40 by Arita Mitsuhiro. Jeff?
1 in 40, huh? Weird.
Jeez. I didn't even know they had 1 in 40s for Usagi.
Oh,
Shit.
now you know.
East side versus west side versus dark side. That's
That's good.
good. That's good.
I'm not mad at the cover. I just feel it's kind of Like I like the colors. It's okay. I can't say anything too bad about it. I just also don't. I don't know if I like it. I'm a little torn. I don't like the background. It's kind of a weird background. But the character's okay. The face is okay. I just feel like there's something missing. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a 1 in 40 though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
1 in 40 is a weird incentive. That's
Yeah.
very, very strange. But I also don't like it. It's certainly not my style of cover. But more importantly to me, it's not the style that I want on Usagi.
Maybe that's it.
I want more of a classic Eastern style to my and even artists that aren't Stan doing Usagi books, I still want them to feel, I don't know, kind of like Hiroshige or Hokusai or one of those classic sort of Japanese kind of art styles. And this one just doesn't do it. This just looks too anime, too bright. I don't know this character. I'm assuming it's a new character. Is it the Crow? Is that her name? I don't really know. Maybe I probably should read before I comment. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't feel like the right style to me for this book.
Okay. What about you, Big Rob?
I believe this character's been around for a while now. I can't remember her name until that, but I know she's been there. I've seen her in multiple covers in the past. 1 in 40, Usagi Yojimbo, Crow number 2. That's going to be a fucking ghost, that's for sure. And when did they go to Dark Horse? I'm pretty positive they were IDW most of last year and this year. I guess Dogu Comics has just like, what's that word where they just have the ability just to move from publisher to publisher?
Maybe.
Because they've been with IDW for a long time. So I don't know what happened there.
Or maybe they were both. Who knows?
I guess. It's a cool character cover. This character does have some fan base, from what I know. So this will probably sell out and disappear into people's collections, long gone. So if you see it for below ratio on the shelf, I recommend you pick it up. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
What was that?
What was that, Mike?
I said you'll never see this again if you don't see it literally in 2 days. You'll never see it ever again.
Yeah. So the stuff I have from incentives I have from Usagi, I never seen them again. It's just I bought them and that's it. So at 1 in 40, that's crazy too. And Dark Horse never does incentives, so that's even crazier for me. But the artist sounds it's solid character cover. It's nothing crazy, but it's just a solid, sweet, nice cover. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with Big Rob and Mike. This is going to be a ghost. It's probably going to be worth a lot later, but even though I kind of didn't like it as much, but yeah, I agree. It'd probably be one of those books that would be like, how did it get that value?
Yeah, like a Sonic, right? Like a Sonic the Hedgehog cover 2 years later.
Is this the first featured cover?
Featured cover of her, or just her personally? It might be, because every time I see her on covers, it's with somebody else. I never see her as a portrait.
Yeah, at least for an incentive, it is.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing her every individual. Yeah,
that might make it a big book just for that, if she's popular.
Yeah, you maybe in the future you'll see this somebody's wall for like $200, probably some shit like that.
Okay, all right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Moving on to the next one, we have Deviant number 5, a 1 in 50 by David Romero. Mike?
Wow, this is really cool. Shit, these are creepy. This whole series has been really creepy with these crazy Santa things. It almost looks like he's wearing. That doesn't almost look like he's definitely wearing a Santa mask over the top of his eyes. That's really cool. I mean, the detail is incredible. I'm assuming this is digital, but damn, maybe that's photo. Is that photo elements in the front? I freeze. I think I froze. No, maybe I didn't freeze.
You're fine.
You're good. You're good. I think, Mike.
Photo elements in the front. Maybe tell how this is done. but it's cool. I like it. It's creepy as hell.
All right, what about you? What are your thoughts, Big Rob?
I love the way he drew the Christmas tree and the Christmas lights and the spheres. It's really well done. The lighting on this cover is perfect. It has that dark room Christmas tree in the corner lighting vibe, 100%.
Yep.
The Santa, yeah, he's there to creep you out. He's fucking creepy as fuck. But it's Santa with creepy eyes, right? And that's the point of this book. I personally would prefer him without Santa on this book, but it's what it is. It's a 1 in 50 of Deviant number 5. Who's ordering 50 copies of this shit? Not many shops. So good luck finding this. Cool Christmas cover. Would have been better to be released maybe during the Christmas season, but my opinion. That's all.
All right. And Jeff, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I agree with them. Like the Christmas and the ornaments and the lighting, that's great. I even kind of dig the fact that Santa looks a little plasticky, like he was like a toy or something, and it just is kind of creepy in that sense. So yeah, I mean, I kind of dig it. I don't know if I pay 1 in 50, but this is going to be a ghost too.
All right. Moving on to the next one. This one's for you, Big Rob. We have Fantastic Four number 20, 1 in 50 by Greg and Tim Hiddlebrand. Big Rob, what are your thoughts on the thing?
He just woke up.
He has the thing.
Yeah, he literally just woke up. Got to go pee. So yeah, the trading card with the masterpiece, right? I think I have this card. I've never noticed that, to be honest, Alonzo. I have this card for 30 years,
God.
probably. Thanks a lot for pointing that out.
No.
Yeah, it's nostalgia button. Push the nostalgia button, and people will buy it. It's not. I never liked this card in general. I never fucking like. I think the art is shit personally, but it's what it is. Some people like it. I personally don't like it. If you like it, go buy it. 1 in 50 though. That's steep. Yeah, there is a regular open order cover, so buy it for $5 or $4. So if you really want it and don't want to spend a lot of money, buy that one. So it's okay.
All right. What are your thoughts, Jeff? He's grinning. He's grinning.
You can tell he doesn't take roids.
No.
Jesus. That is one hell of a perspective. Yeah, I mean, it's the card, obviously, but
I like this comment right here.
what was it? Oh, rock solid. Yes. For sure.
Hi. Good night.
Good night,
Good night,
Joe. Good seeing you. Yeah, it's not for me. 1 in 50, it's not for me. I'd rather just get the regular cover if I liked it. But yeah, it's just not a for me cover at all. He just looks, his face is odd. It just doesn't fit at all. It feels very deviant. It's like from the perspective.
Take a lot of this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get you.
Watch out. Am I swinging poke your eye out?
And it would too. It would hurt so bad.
It's heavy.
It's rock solid. This cover's gross.
It's so wrong, dude.
Oh, Mike, please.
They did this shit on purpose. Greg and Tim did. They did this shit on
for
purpose.
sure.
No one's looking at his face.
Say hello to his little friend.
Little.
All right, Mike. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Who's
I
looking?
can't even look at it.
It's right here. Here, do you want me to blow it up for you, Mike? Right here?
It's a new meaning to the thing delivering a package.
I can't unsee this, and every time I see the thing,
Oh my god, it's gonna work. Right now.
It's over in time.
I can't think about. Damn, that
You can even see the rock vein in
something
the
else.
fucking
I
pen.
don't know.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
You can't even see.
I have nothing. I have nothing to say. that is appropriate or kind. This is,
So just sees the orange and green. Sword fight.
I am never gonna get this moment back ever. I can't unsee any of this. It also is probably one of the worst Hildebrandt
Yeah.
images, even without the perspective that we're getting.
Bow,
It's also
chicka,
just
bow,
not-
bow.
It's just also not good. Wow.
I've owned this car for 30 years and never noticed that until now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I have the set that has this guy's over it. I must have blocked it out. I must have I think I have to go to therapy now.
Oh my god, my glasses are steaming up.
You're like having a nightmare. Oh, no.
Oh. Not the thing. Not the thing.
It's a 50-50 bar. Cream in the inside.
All right. That's man.
Talk
All right.
about a protein shake.
Did you guys have enough of things saying?
Stop. Just move the damn picture along.
Yeah, please. I mean, seriously. I mean, he's gonna give us a protein shake in a minute.
Oh man! All right, so that does it for this week's incentives. Oh, thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, chat. All right.
Good way to end it on the.
Oh yeah. Moving on to the store exclusives. Here we go. We have this Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1 by J. Scott Campbell. You can find it on his website. It's LE3000 1800, and it's gonna cost you $66.50. Mike,
$66.50.
I know.
that's right. That's right.
What an odd.
What kind of asinine number is that? First of all,
That's expensive.
secondly, that's ridiculous. That's so much money for this.
But we like it, Scott. We like it, Jay.
They even
I
ordered
get his
300
family.
extra. God.
There are plenty of Campbell covers that I like, but this one doesn't do anything more for me than any of the old ones that I already have sitting in boxes. Not really sure why we need the trade dress sort of twice. I know it's two different trade dresses, but still that's a lot of trade dress on the trade dress one, right smack over the top of things. It's really sort of just cookie cutter Campbell. Same sort of pose, and then the pouty lip close up and lots of color, and I don't know. It's anywhere near that price tag though. God, now I wouldn't even pay half that. I'm not sure I'd even pay a third of that. To be honest,
I mean, I
there's
don't
nothing
think you're
special about
wrong.
it. It's not bad. I mean, it isn't bad. It's Campbell. If you like his style, there's nothing wrong with this. But
Yeah.
this is nothing new from him. There's no reason to buy this. I'm sure you already have a Spider-Gwen book in your collection that looks like this if you're a Campbell fan.
All right. What about you, Big Rob?
So that's the thing with J. Scott Campbell, right? It's kind of you love him or you hate him. There's no really in between with J. Scott, I think, for a lot of people. I personally like the cover. I think the cover is cool. But Mike is right. He's done this probably multiple times at this point. It's just not thinking of the price, because the price is just ridiculous. He's definitely price gouging his fans. He knows he has them in the palm of his hand, and he just squeeze, and he got them. It's just people.
Good thing it's not the thing.
Plus, I know. And plus, he knows at the moment he has speculators, people probably outside the comic book community, because I know they're the ones who helped buy out that three book set, because that went like, and everything since then has been going like that with his website. So I think he has a lot of those people looking at his stuff and thinking they could make money off his stuff. They might be right, but so that's probably the price increase where he came up with. So there's bigger demand, price goes up. But the art itself, we're here to discuss the art. It's solid. It's typical J. Scott Campbell. I can't hate it. Like I said, I do like it. I like both the Virgin and the trade dress. I like how he played with the trade dress, and he kind of little translucent, worked it around the characters. It's cool. But yeah, that price is tough for me. So Good luck if you and everybody.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
I'm in between with Mike and Big Rob. Like I kind of like it because it's J. Scott Campbell. I like how he draws Spider Gwen. Oh my god, he even included like the thigh gap on her. That's just crazy. Like the background is cool, but I don't understand why it's upside down. Maybe it's just because that was the room that he had to show it. I don't know. But I mean, the little Spider Gwen on the right, that just looks like a sticker that he's stuck on there. So yeah, for the price and the fact that the limitation is usually at 3,000, 1,000 or 3,000, 1,500. He even ordered more, so he knows he's gonna sell these. He knows it.
It's sold out.
And that's probably why he upped the price, because he ordered the extra copies of the Virgin. So and he knows that people are gonna want the Virgin because that trade dress is terrible covering her and behind her. It's just weird. So I think he is taking advantage of the layout and what he's doing on his site, which is good for him. No hate. It's not for me for that price. I mean, God, there's not many comics out there that are so exclusive. It's going to cost you $60 for a Virgin and a trade dress.
It's typically a metal cover, and this is not metal. What
Right.
is it? Metal, Alonzo?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I would be out. Cool shoes.
All right. Moving on to the next one, we have Wicked Trinity #1.
Oh wow.
By Nuno Piera, and you can find it at Stadium Comics, LE of 50, and it's going to cost you $20. Rob?
Yeah, I saw this when it was Saturday morning when it came out. There's weird drops they do on Stadium Comics. Always Saturday mornings when they do drops. It's funny. Yeah, I immediately recognize the homage because it's the second appearance of Rogue.
It's Rogue joins the X-Men.
Yeah, second or third appearance.
We all have this book.
Yeah. So it's nostalgic, but in press. So it's cool, but it's Stadium Comics comes with this every Saturday. Every Saturday there's always another train coming. So for me, it was an easy skip. And it really has to capture me. They did re-release the Pulp Fiction one.
No.
Yeah, they did a second run.
Is it noted as a second run, or is it just
they say on the website it does says that as a second print.
Okay.
But I don't think there's nothing to differentiate the cover. I didn't notice anything.
Wow.
So just be aware when you're buying from them, they do, if it's a really well popular book, they'll reprint it. So, but it's a cool cover. It's well done. Can't hate on it. Perfectly homage.
Okay. Jeff?
Yeah, I'm with Big Rob. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with the art necessarily. I do dig the fact that they have the little Archie in the bottom left corner. That's really cool. A little additive to it to make it very like nostalgic for the 80s. So kind of what Big Rob said. I mean, if you're a fan of Archie and you're a fan of like Marvel Comics where they're homaging it, I mean, that's cool. This is a good book to buy. Limitation of 50 for only $20. That's where it should be. Yeah, I'm nothing bad to say. It's not for me, but it's decent homage. And again, I like the Archie on the bottom, so that's cool.
All right. What about you, Mike?
One would think that I'm the mark for this book. I'm a huge X-Men fan and I'm a huge Archie fan, but yet I don't want it. So that's weird. And I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a really well done homage. All the pieces are there. It feels like an Archie book. Like it feels like Archie art. You know, I had a problem with that a couple of weeks ago where the art style just didn't look right. This one does. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just maybe I'm just fatigued. I think that's the problem.
That's why you're not buying it, because you know there's another train coming. It's just nonstop.
Yep. And I think that's the biggest problem. You're right. You nailed it, Rob.
I agree.
All right. Big Rob, you have anything to add?
No, I just want to say that I think Stadium Comics. I know this is their great. They're they're gonna kill this golden goose because every
They
fucking
probably
Saturday.
killed it already.
Yeah, I think they
No,
might have.
people are still buying them. That's the problem. That's
Well, I
what
mean, there's only a limitation of 50, so I mean, they're gonna sell
Well, there's
out.
only 50 of them. Of course they are.
yeah, but it's just where are we going to be in 12 months? Every Saturday, a fucking new cover for
Well,
Archie.
it sucks because if you're an Archie fan and you've been liking these homage covers, you pretty much have to collect them all because it's and you have to get on top of it right away because of the limitation.
Does Archie own Stadium Comics now? Because I remember before the Stadium Comics used to do different books.
Yeah.
And now all I see is Archie. I was like, dude, let's move on. Give it a break. Give it at least like a month and a half or 2 months.
Yeah.
But Archie.
Yeah, Trish, that's a good point. They do kind of have that feel.
Yeah. I agree because I'm a little over the Disney covers as well, even though I'm collecting them.
Yeah, that's even more of a drug.
Okay. All right. How about this one here? Energon Universe One Shot #1, Bird City Comics by Hector Turnak. LE of Who Knows cost of $20. Jeff?
I like the fact that they went back to the original Megatron. Like you can tell that this is supposed to be a gun, not a
tank.
A tank. Yeah, get out of here. I dig that. I just, to be honest, this is too plain for me, I guess. It's the background. It's always like it's a Sears background again. Nothing really wrong with the actual drawing of Megatron. A little bulky, a little clunky, but that's how the toy was. So I can't say anything bad about the actual Megatron, but like I said, just the background is just blah. Like, is he fighting? Is he just in the air? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's a little odd, but for $20, it's not bad though. I mean, again, any incentive that's $15, $20. I mean, any store exclusive that's $15, $20. It's probably right around the mark. I wish I did know the limitation though. That would help. Saying if it's worth it, but again, the Megatron's okay. Just the rest of it, I'm just like.
Okay. What about you, Mike?
So anyone who actually played or plays with a G1 Megatron knows that this toy actually sucked balls.
Or still plays with.
I broke my fucking Megatron.
It doesn't look like it doesn't look like a robot when you transform him into robot form. It's nearly impossible to transform him without breaking the toy. It is a horrible figure. It looks incredible as a gun. As a matter of fact, so incredible as a gun that it looks like a real effing gun.
Yeah, that's why they had to put an orange tip on it. They had to change it.
Yep. So
that
said, I do like that they went in this direction where it is G1 awful G1 Megatron. And I do kind of like it. It sort of has almost an Adi Granov kind of a feel to it. But yet I do agree that the background's a little plain. However, I don't mind it on this one. For whatever reason, it is just based on the other covers that I've seen for this book. This is one of the better ones. That's for sure. And I do prefer. I saw the advertisement for the new transforming and animatronic Megatron toy, the $800 toy.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, cool. And they show him as a robot first, then he transforms, and it's like, oh, fuck.
Oh crap! It's a tank.
It's a tank.
What's that going to turn into a gun, Mike?
Come on. Why not? It's an $800 toy. Only adults are buying it.
Real bullets.
It's
the worth of the price of a real gun, basically.
I was just so disappointed to see it transform into a tank. But no, I don't mind this one. I think price point's fine. $20 is fine. I think it's a good cover. It's good, not great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Rob.
So yeah, it's Megatron, solid. It's gonna sell because it's Megatron. I don't know. I'm curious to know the limitation though. One big problem for me. This is too simple. It's not exactly, but it just reminds me too much of the free comic book day cover. So if you have the free comic book day we got for free, I don't really feel like you need this cover.
Is it the same art though?
No, it's not at all. But it's just
Okay.
the vibe, the when you look at it, just
Like the
it just
layout is the same
yeah.
almost.
It's Optimus and Megatron on the cover fighting, but just the clouds, the purple color scheme, just with the trade dress, it feels very very similar. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I just get the free version basically.
Well, see, but that's not Bird City's fault because they wouldn't have
No,
known.
it's not their fault. That's what
Yeah.
that's what they were given, right? But
Yeah.
but they're not going to have an issue selling it because Megatron fans are Megatron fans, and they're going to buy it no matter what.
And if you're a G1 fan, this is the Megatron.
Yeah, it's like if it was Soundwave, I'll definitely consider it, even if it's just basic pose as it is now. I would consider because I love Soundwave. So
Shockwave would have done well too.
Yeah, Grimlock.
Yeah.
But they do so many Megatron and Optimus Prime covers. They're like the Chun-Li and Cammy of Street Fighter, right? And so.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, but it's to death, right? Let's choose other characters. Jetfire would be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Jetfire would be nice.
Oh yeah, if it was Jetfire, I'd been all over it.
Yeah. So.
Well, maybe that's coming later. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, fellas. All right. How about this one?
Oh,
Jesus.
Jay Ferguson. You can find it Unknown Comics, Antihero Gallery 616, LE of 333 with a cost of $45. It's Vampirilla, as you can tell, and all her lusciousness. Big Rob?
Okay, so is this artist actually drawing the art?
yeah, that's what I was going to ask too. Is this photorealistic?
Is it painting? He's painting on canvas or paper.
I think it's on canvas.
Wow, this is painted, fully painted.
Really?
Because
I believe he paints.
Yeah,
Jay Ferguson.
Are you sure?
because it could easily be manipulated picture, right? Make it to look like art. But if it's, I don't want to accuse this artist of doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's like legit art, he's painting hand or even on digital with the digital pen,
Yeah.
right? And just actually drawing, not just putting a bunch of different fucking filters and like presets and stuff like that.
Rendering it differently, yeah.
Yeah, there's just like a bunch of already preset shit that you can just drop down just real quick. Actually, just sitting there and drawing this and just hours and hours of work. This is pretty amazing. Her torso is pretty fucking long, though. She needs some a little more blood or something to a little more dinner. But it's cool. There's a million girls just like this physically. So it's beautiful art. If it's really drawn on like paper or canvas or something like that, it's amazing. He gets to this level. Yeah, definitely melons. They're pretty big for a little girl.
Yep.
So,
all right, what about you, Jeff?
Yeah, no, I agree with Big Rob. I mean, if this is fully drawn by him and there's no photo that he rendered and drew over, this is pretty amazing. I will have to pay more attention to this artist. Yeah, it looks great. Honestly, I love the blood splatters. I love it. Wherever the blood splatter is, awesome. The hair looks like it's like wet. That's kind of cool too. Damn. I can't say anything bad about it other than, again, just the background, but I'm not mad at the background for this one because the focus is her. What's up, Mike?
This is painted.
Yes.
Holy shnikes, dude.
He uses airbrush and brush.
yeah, that's fucking amazing, dude.
Fuck.
Love the collar. Come on, bro. Everything. I mean, there's the obvious that I'm not commenting on. I'll let the other guys comment on that.
Go ahead, Mike.
Mike?
Yeah, there are process videos on his Instagram. So
Wow.
this is no joke. I mean, he's not. There's no process. Oh wait, actually, yes, there is process for this piece on his Instagram right now.
I like that the artist will do that though, because if it's that good, they kind of need to show you that they did it by hand. It makes it even more impressive.
Yeah, this is incredible. That's incredible. This is right up there with all of our favorites. If that's the case, yeah, there are a few little problems with it.
Mhm.
She's a little elongated, but shit.
If that's the problem, I'm okay.
Yeah, I can't at all criticize that. This
All right.
is masterful. If that's the case, it was. I think because it's airbrush, and then it looks like he touches up the airbrush stuff with a brush, like a really fine brush. Yep.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, everybody.
There you go.
That 45 for limited of 333. I get that might be a high cost, even for the limitation, but I mean the art you can't really beat. And Alonzo, how many did you order?
331 of them.
Not saying.
Nah.
This is the definition of store exclusive, right? It should be a store exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
has
agree.
that feel to it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And moving on to this one, we got Ain't No Grave, #1 by the 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, created by Stephanie Hans with an LE of 300 and a cost of $30. Mike?
I like it. It kind of has sort of Mondo poster vibes to it, which is kind of rad. I love Hans. I love it, especially when she's on, and she's on this one. This is cool. It's got a really good design aesthetic, really cool layout, great colors. I kind of like the character design, actually. Don't know anything about this book, but I like that the trade dress is sort of almost like erased out of the art. I don't know if that's purposeful or if they just chose white.
Yeah, like he sketched it out from after drawing it, right?
Yeah, it almost like you ever take one of those white erasers and just like take stuff out of your art. It just sort of feels like that, and it kind of like it matches or it sort of parallels the smoke coming off the gun there. That white plume of smoke coming off the gun there. I really like this. I think it's really, really cool, and I don't want to say that coming from this shop, but
Hey, they got Stephanie Hans, so what can you say?
just because they lie about this, it's a really, really cool piece. I dig it. And $30 isn't bad, really. I mean, it's a low LE if it's real. It's probably not, but if this book if this book catches, this might be the one.
All right. Mike? Or, sorry, Big Rob?
Sure, I'll go again.
So they definitely took the font from for a few dollars more.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's where the font's coming from for sure.
Yeah.
So they're trying to go with a spaghetti western vibe on this cover. The limitation, I don't believe, because it's the 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So we know they're
I mean,
lying.
that's 60 books each. That's crazy.
Yeah. I disagree on the price, though. I think it's a little too high. I'd be more comfortable at $20, $25 probably. But
Yeah,
$20,
probably right. As I think about it, you're probably right.
yeah, I think it's a little too high.
Especially for indie book.
Stephanie Hahn's art style, this is different, right? Compared to her past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit more crisp.
Yeah, so she's going in a different direction here, which is cool to see her kind of morph her art style to a different, like almost very different, almost like a whole fresh start. So I dig that. I don't know shit about the stories. I don't know if this is going to hit. I don't know if it's worth picking up. If you like the art in general, then go ahead. But I'm at the point where I need more than just the art to really pick it up. So, especially for this price.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, it's a thinker on the price, and obviously because it's coming from these guys, the limitation. But I like the detail of the smoke and the skulls in the smoke. I don't think the skulls are drawn great or fantastic, but I just like that concept. Her face is immaculate. That hair, like I really dig the lightness right underneath her eyes. That's really dope. So I dig the shadowing as well, like Mike said. Not bad. The art is great. I just don't. I'd have questions, so I don't know if I would pick it up for that. You know, I need to know more about the book if I was going to pick it up.
Okay.
I would love to see her do this art style, this whole style, but for Star Trek
Or Firefly.
Yeah,
or Firefly.
I'm with you, Rudy. Yes.
Firefly.
Oh, Firefly would be great.
Because I mean, it's got that Western vibe to it. I mean, that'd be
Stargate.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, moving on to this one here. We got Deadpool and Wolverine World War III #1 from Trinity Comics by Ivan Tao, LE of 2,500, and it's only going to set you back $20. Jeff?
all right, Ivan. I like Ivan, but that's too many muscles. That is,
It's authentic to the creator, right?
yeah, I guess. I mean, it's an homage to Captain America. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig the concept, but again, like that sword going through Wolverine, that perspective is off. A little bit off on Wolverine also stabbing Deadpool. There are issues that I have with it that are minor, but then there are issues that I have that are major also. Like just Deadpool's way too buff. That is one hell of a trap that he has. You know that. Good God.
He's all traps.
I mean, this is a trap. Yeah, limitation of 2,500. I mean, look, I like Trinity Comics and I like their incentives a lot of times. I buy a lot of them. This one I would have to question. I don't think I'd get this at all. It just looks odd.
Okay, Mike?
Yeah, it does look odd, and it's too bad because there's a lot of elements of this cover I really like. Parts of it, like Wolverine's whole head, his face, all that, I really like. And Tao is definitely an acquired taste, right? Some people really like his style, and some people don't. It's very stylized, and I usually like it. Sometimes his girls are a little weird looking, but this is. There are parts of it I really like, but unfortunately, all the things that Jeff noted just are kind of wrong and kind of off. And overall, the cover does feel odd to me, and therefore likely a pass. But man, it was close, really close.
The foreshortening of Deadpool's right arm is nasty wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right. The sword's too small; it almost looks like a little dagger, and then it just doesn't. Yeah, none of the sizes don't match up on things. It's too bad.
Okay. And Big Rob, take us home.
I like Tao. I dig his Chitara from issue 1 to Thundercats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the opposite of Stephanie Hans. This is very store exclusive digital trash we usually see for store exclusives. So yeah, this is a big L for Tao, and I like Tao, and this is one of his biggest L's I've seen in a long time. Yeah, 2,500. I think don't they usually order 4,000 for Marvel? So I don't believe that. So yeah, it's just you guys pretty much hit it in the nail already. All the statements you made about this, and the trade dress atrocious.
Yeah, I hadn't even mentioned that. It's really awful. And is the Trinity Comics logo there on the book too?
Yeah, it's from the screen grab that I got. Yeah.
No, that's where they put it.
They usually put it in the back, but
yeah,
you never know.
I really hope it ends up being in the back for their sake because that's really bad.
That makes it even worse.
I was burn it.
All right, and that does it for our store exclusive. So thank you, gentlemen, for the show, and thank you, chat, for hanging out with us. Now, Mike, where can we find you? As always,
find me at CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com. Late morning, early afternoon, Tuesdays. That's tomorrow. For Cover Fire, where I write the antithesis of this podcast, just regular covers. Tomorrow's a short article, but a couple of bangers that you've kind of seen tonight on tonight's show because they were incentivized. A couple of the winner, the top one sizes tomorrow, but yet still a couple of really good covers this week. It was kind of a light week just because I think Free Comic Book Day kind of publishers focused more on that than on releasing a lot of stuff this week. So anyway, short article tomorrow, but yet it will be there and every Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Always love reading those articles. Such a great read. Gets me all geared up for Wednesday. All right.
Those that can't afford $100 books, find some good $5 books.
Damn right. All right, before we leave you guys, a quick shout out again to our sponsors. Cover price, please use the code word Nirvana14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. And also, don't forget, head over to birdcitycomics.com and use code word TNH10 to save yourself 10% off your entire purchase. And our friend Sean over at displaygeek.com. Make sure to use Team Nerdherd to save yourself 10% off your very first purchase of all those lovely display cases, as Jeff has kindly pointed out. And Mike, disclaimer, were any artists harmed?
No artists were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Yes, they were.
Yes.
Our eyes were by the thing, but otherwise.
Oh boy.
My eyes got poked. Ow.
Ow.
Poke out my eye.
All right, Mike, can you please send us out?
Absolutely. If you want to do it right, buy what you like. Cover horse for life.